Hello everyone, Smashverse here with some Breath of the Wild, surprisingly. I know I generally do Smash related content, but I thought I found something interesting, so I decided to share it with you all. But before all that, my channel is actually just turning 1 year old because Smash just turned 1 year old. Which is kind of crazy if you think about it. It doesn't feel like a year, but whatever. Anyway, I know we haven't come that far in 1 year, but I just wanted to say thank you so much to anyone who bothered subscribing to whatever this thing is meant to be. I don't mean that in like the regular YouTuber way, that's just, oh yeah, thank you very much for joining and all that, but I actually mean that seriously. Thank you so much for anyone who bothered subscribing, and for all of those there that haven't, because I know you're out there, because for some reason, like 97% of people that watch my videos isn't subscribed. Please subscribe, because that would be great for me and for you. Well, hopefully for you. Anyway, back to Breath of the Wild. I haven't played Breath of the Wild much, obviously because Smash came out and all that, but one thing I've often wondered about Breath of the Wild, and I'm pretty sure everyone who's played Breath of the Wild has already wondered this, is what did Breath of the Wild look like before the calamity happened? Because as we can see, we're in Hyrule Castle Town, and it's just a complete mess. So one of the things you need to do before trying to understand anything that's within a game is to try and get a sense of scale. Obviously we don't actually know how tall anything is in here, how tall Link is, but we can do some rough estimates. So I'll spare you the math because that was kind of complicated. Basically, by comparing objects that are in real life and have Breath of the Wild equivalents, I found out that Link is actually 140 centimeters tall. I'll have American sizes, feet and inches and all that on screen. It's pretty short. Like, I already knew Link was short, but you know. But by reverse engineering the math that scientists use to measure the height of the dinosaurs, we can find that Link's step is actually 58 centimeters wide. So with these numbers we can basically turn Link into a living ruler, being able to measure the height of other characters and measure distances between place to place. And that's pretty much what I did, so I'll be listing them off for you now. First off, the Hylians. As the name implies, they're pretty much found anywhere in Hyrule, except in the places where they're not allowed to be, like Gerudo town. But they're pretty much walking around everywhere as adventurers or in stables, etc, 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 and they have an average height of 152 centimeters. Again, American numbers on screen. Now obviously this is just the average height, there are a lot of ups and downs. I had some Hylians going to even 166 centimeters, some Hylians go down to 144. This is just an average, and also with the Hylians and with all the other characters, or the other races I should say, if they have some sort of hairstyle which makes them taller, then I won't be counting that as part of them, such as the Gerudo or the Goron. Now, I decided to measure the people native to Lurlin village, just to see if there's any difference in height, and there actually was, with the average Lurlin height, I'm guessing? I'm not sure what to call them. The average person from Lurlin is about 161 centimeters tall, which is actually a significant difference. Again, there are slightly shorter and slightly taller ones, but on average they are about 10 centimeters taller than the average Hylian, which is kind of interesting. Maybe that gives credence to the theory that they are descendants from the Zonai tribe, but we're not sure. The Sheikah on average is about the same as the Hylians, being 151, Pyre being 150. The Gerudo tribe is actually really interesting, because their average height is 192. Obviously, when you look at Link compared to the Gerudos look extremely tall. But you have to remember, Link is actually really short. That's why I end up with only 192 and not something like 2.5 meters. However, 192 is the average. In general, a Gerudo is actually about 170. But the warrior Gerudos, such as the ones used as the guards for the town itself, and the ones by the castle, are actually over 2 meters tall, with the one standing next to Ryuji, I forgot her name, but whatever, she's 2 meters 20, which is a massive difference compared to the regular Gerudo. The Gorons have an average height of 235, with the one you do the Divine Beast with, I completely forgot his name, going in at 2 meters 54. The Rito and the Zora are also quite interesting because there's a massive discrepancy between the male and female versions of these species. With the Rito, the male averages in at 2 meters and 2 centimeters, but the females are only 179. Again, this can be just made to make a kind of distinction between the two, but again, it's really interesting the way they built these characters. Again, with the Zora, a male is 198 and the female is about 183, with Sidon towering over them all at 278. Also Cass, which I just forgot to mention in the Rito, is actually 227. Now the last race is the Koroks, which have an average of about 90, but generally are between 70 centimeters and 1 meter. Hetsu, however, I couldn't get an accurate reading for because he's just too big. I tried using the glider to try and fit him in one camera, but it still didn't really work out, so all I can say he's between 4 and 4.5 meters. Now for the really interesting part, Castle Town. By using Link's step, which we said earlier is 58 centimeters each, we can actually measure how big Castle Town is. So from east to west, from wall to wall, Castle Town is 713 meters, which is a pretty decent amount, but again, not amazing for something which is a town. From north to south, it's only 175 meters, and talking about from the gate until the path towards the castle starts, so just after the fountain. The castle path itself is actually very rectangular, being 30 by 120. The houses in Castle Town are also very interesting, being an average between 6 to 9 meters and even going up to 7.5 to 15 meters. The wall of Castle Town is about 5 meters thick as well. Now when most people play the game, they just run through Castle Town straight to Ganon. However, if you take the time to look at Castle Town, the way it's set out, and the way the stuff that's still left there, it's very interesting because I actually counted about 112 houses, or at least plots for houses, that we could see that it's still there, meaning Castle Town had approximately, I would say, about 300 residents in its heyday, which compared to any other village in the entire Zelda is a lot. We'll just say it like that, a lot of people. Hiteno, Kakariko, Lurlin, they barely have 10 houses each. And yet here, if you look around, you have a cathedral in the back, you have farmland, you have a stable, you have a prison off to the side. And very slightly in the memories and in the Creating a Champion book, which I don't actually have, but I do have a picture of this page, we actually see what Hyrule Castle Town looks like. So I just wanted to bring all of this to light, so maybe we can get some sort of discussion going about it. So definitely tell me your thoughts in the comments below. And finally, Zelda. Problem with Zelda is that we don't actually see her in game, so we can't really get an accurate measurement for her. However, we do see her in the cutscenes. Normally in the memories, when you look at Zelda, she looks actually slightly taller than Link. We never see them side by side, so we don't actually know. However, in the Champion's Ballad, when they take the picture together, we actually see them side by side. So with some little bit of photo editing, we can find out that Zelda is 1 meter 36, which is again shorter than Link and quite short in general. But that's really all I have time for today. I hope you enjoyed this insight into Breath of the Wild, at least Hyrule Castle Town, and if you would like more on this subject, whether it is Breath of the Wild in general or measuring other stuff in Breath of the Wild, then please tell me. I would really enjoy your feedback. But until next time, see ya.